A whopping 28 million people tuned in to NBC to watch the opening ceremony of the Summer Olympics. That doesn't include worldwide viewership, as well as all of the other views on social media. And prominently featured during that ceremony was none other than French metal titans Gojira, who delivered a legendary performance. I don't think I've ever seen a performance as epic as that one. And so it was amazing. You don't often get to see metal bands or even rock bands featured during these mainstream events. Of course, there have been so many calls for Metallica to play that halftime performance. That will probably never happen at the Super Bowl, despite how much we would love to see that. But the reception to this Gojira performance has been nothing short of amazing. We're going to take a look at how it's impacted their career. They've likely picked up a lot of new fans as a result of this, and they're seeing a big bump from their streaming numbers as well, understandably. But there have also been a lot of criticisms of the overall opening ceremony, including Gojira's part, with claims that their performance was sending satanic messages. They were hiding subliminal messages in their performance, and there were a lot of criticisms of other parts of the performance as well. There's one spot that looked a lot like The Last Supper. Many people have slammed that. The Olympic officials have even responded to that as well, apologizing for anyone that they had offended. But Gojira is also responding to claims that their performance was somehow satanic, giving the background on exactly what their performance was about, what message they were sending, and there's some French history included in that. Gojira's fiery performance during the Olympic Open ceremonies had everybody talking, but some were highly critical of the event, alleging that Gojira's performance had satanic messaging in it. The band is directly responding to those claims. And Gojira is seeing a significant increase in fans. According to analysis by Loudwire, Gojira's monthly Spotify listener total on July 26, which was immediately after the performance, was already at 1.8 million. But as a result of that performance, Gojira's streaming numbers have skyrocketed, now sitting at a whopping 2.7 million, which is about a 50% increase in fans. Now first, Gojira frontman Joe Duplantier spoke to Rolling Stone about how this performance came together, and he said that there was months of planning in advance of the Olympic Games. It had to have been hard for them to have kept this under wraps. Asked how he was feeling about the performance, he said, "It's a bit unreal. It's been in the works for months. Ever since we were contacted by the Olympic Committee and the composer, I wasn't sure what was going to happen, just because it sounded completely unreal. The amount of people that would see us live kind of eclipsed the moment. I wasn't thinking about what it was going to be because it was just too mind-bending to think about. So the reality of the moment was absolutely mind-blowing from where we were and the view we had of the scenery and all the Olympic teams passing by on boats. It was pretty surreal." Asked if he thought about the responsibility of representing heavy metal on the world stage, a rare opportunity for any band, regardless of size, he said, "I try not to think too much about that because it continues to blow my mind. The Olympic Committee could have asked literally anybody to play. I'm thinking of bands like Metallica or AC/DC that are household names and powerhouses in our genre that we all revere and are our heroes. We never considered ourselves the biggest band in the world that would be worthy to play the Olympics or anything like that. It's so weird. The way I think about it is it's a challenge in 2024 to give hope to people, to show something original. People have seen everything from landing on the moon to AI. So it was a challenge for Paris and the committee to express something fresh, new, and original, and also show what France is all about. At least for our part. The fact that metal and opera had never been seen together on TV and in front of so many people before is a statement for the country of France. It's saying, hey, look, we're still pushing the boundaries in the world. So congrats to France for putting this together. Gojira performed a metal version of a French revolutionary anthem, which translates to "It will be okay." The performance depicted the beheading of Marie Antoinette, the last queen of France before the French Revolution occurred. She was executed by guillotine on October 16, 1793. This was during a time of intense political turmoil, and he was asked directly in the interview about the response to their performance and whether or not they had any satanic intentions to that, and he explained the meaning behind their performance. Asked about those that claimed the performance was satanic, he said, "It's none of that. It's French history. It's French charm, you know? Beheaded people, red wine, and blood all over the place. It's romantic. It's normal. There's nothing satanic. France is a country that made a separation between the state and the religion during the revolution, and it's something very important, very dear to the foundation of Republican France. We call it la cite. It's when the state is not religious anymore. So therefore, it's free in terms of expression and symbolism. It's all about history and facts. We don't look too closely at symbolism in terms of religion. Asked if he had seen the other part of the ceremony that seemingly mocked the Last Supper, he responded, "I haven't seen it, as surprising as it seems. I have a family. I have children. So right after all that work and concentration on the Olympics, I was totally in the dark. I didn't get to sit and watch the whole thing properly." So as for Gojira, I definitely don't think they're trying to do anything other than put on an incredible performance, and they definitely did that. It's going to be interesting to see how much of a boost they get from this. We're already seeing this massive streaming increase. I'm looking forward to see how their future touring is looking as well. They have definitely picked up a significant number of fans. And for many years, like when I talk to musicians and stuff, so many artists really respect and look up to Gojira. So it's nice to see them really get to play to such a large crowd and represent metal on the world stage in such a great fashion. That's your latest update here from Rockfeed. Be sure to subscribe with notifications on for the latest news and updates.